Hey guys, how's it going? It's Johnny with Lopez Lawn again. So I want to do a quick, well, I won't say quick video, but a video on to recap on the video I did on the ultimate skid steer rig. I think I need to clarify a few things up on that. So got a lot of comments about it. Guys, I want you to know, don't think by no means that I just went out and brought all that stuff and got in the skid steer business, okay? Just to clarify some things, I had a lot of questions about it. We started with it. I think it was like a 1990 model. I don't even know what year it was, but it was an older 753 Bobcat skid steer. It had the wheels on it, no AC, open cab. There wasn't much there, but that's how we started as far as getting with the skid steer stuff. To rewind a little bit, the way we actually how it all evolved, because we own a lawn care company, is we had purchased a dump trailer for our tree business, and it was, of course, when you're not doing tree jobs, you got an expensive $12,000-13,000 trailer just sitting there. And I had a customer had asked me since I had a dump trailer, if I could haul him some gravel down to his business down here in town. I said, well, yeah. And he asked me how much to charge. I said, heck, I don't know. And we worked out a price and took him a few loads. And I said, I might be onto something here. There might be more people needing this service. So I put some ads out on Facebook and my Facebook page and trading post, and then it kind of just took off. It blew up. We were getting calls. We were delivering up to 80 miles away, but we were just, the main call that we were getting was, hey, I only need 5 or 6 tons, and I call the quarries, and they're only going to bring us a semi load or even a bobtail truck. So we could fill that little niche there by bringing in 5 or 6 tons, get in backyards, in small tight areas. And so that's how we got into the gravel business. And I did that for 2 years. And I did not want to get into the skid steer business at all, because I knew skid steers were very expensive. And I was happy with just going to a location, dumping the gravel, and whatever they do, however they spread it, that's on them. All we did was, we're just a delivery service. We dump it and we go. But what kept nagging at me was, we had so many customers that kept asking us, could we spread it? Could we spread it? And yeah, I've rented skid steers before, but I just didn't want to go down that rabbit hole, because, like I said, I knew how expensive they were. But I'll say the better part of that second year, I just sat there and I said, man, we're leaving a lot of money on the table. If we were to get a skid steer, I know from what the feedback I've gotten already with the people that we deliver, I think there's a real market for this, for skid steer work, for driveways. So I started looking for a skid steer, and we had to find something that was affordable. And my mindset on going into this is, I said, it has to be affordable or cheap enough that if for whatever reason the driveway business doesn't take off, that we could, we could turn around and use that skid steer somehow, some way, incorporate it into our lawn care business, whether it be lifting trees, get a grapple, and picking up tree branches and stuff like that. And so I said, but it can't be a lot of money where I've got a machine sitting there that I got to be really making money with. So long story short, we found this 753 Bobcat. It was about 3-4 hours from my house, and I had hesitated nearly 4 days before buying this. It was $12,000 cash is what it came out to be. He's wanting 14. I got him down to 12. So finally, there at the last day, he called me about 4 o'clock in the afternoon and said, hey, if you still want the skid steer, you need to come get it today or not. I got another guy who can come get it. So just out of the blue, I said, okay. So we loaded up. We started heading out there, and on my way up there, the last customer I had delivered gravel to, the neighbor, had asked me, she's wanting gravel and wanting us to spread it. But the deal on that job was, I told her we could bring her the gravel, just she'd have to find someone else to spread it. And she had called me back, said that the husband had told her that he wanted to hire somebody who could do it all at once. So I told her, we're not, I told her no. And so I immediately thought of her. I called her. I told her we had already purchased one, and that if she still needed the work done, we could be there tomorrow with the gravel, with the skid steer, get it all done. It was one of those Hail Marys I threw out there, and I said, you know what? If she says yes, then I know this is a sign to go buy it, because I'm one of those guys, when it comes to big purchases like that, I'm very careful about it. And I said, if she says no, I literally thought about just turning around and calling the whole deal off. And I called her, told her, she said, let me run that by my husband. She said they still hadn't found anyone. She called me within about 15 minutes, said, yeah, I gave her the price. It was for 4 loads of gravel, which was 5, 10, 15, 20 tons, and to do this, to spread the gravel out. That's all we were doing. We weren't really doing grade work. I charged $2,500, and she said yes. So I knew right there, just say $2,000, because I didn't even have 500 in gravel. I was already knocking down on that skid steer. So I knew right then and there. So we went and picked it up. Got back 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. We were up there by 7 spreading, and I think I knew then I had made the right decision. Now then, move forward. I ran that skid steer in the summer and then in the winter. Froze my ass off. I cooked my ass off with the idea that I was going to buy a new one. But I needed to hit a certain amount. I wanted to see how much money I could make with this skid steer, because it was paid off. After the first job, we immediately got another job, and we basically stayed booked up that way. I wasn't doing driveways Monday through Friday. I would have 2 to 3, sometimes 4 driveways a week, small residential driveways. So we were there 4 or 5 hours, $2,000-$3,000 in and out. My son delivers all the gravel to me, so we already had a dump trailer, so we were good there. So that's how the skid steer business evolved. Now, moving forward to the new skid steer that we brought and the equipment, okay? Everything that I made with the skid steer, in the skid steer business, we put aside. We didn't spend it, okay? The lawn care business is what we use to pay the bills and all that stuff. Everything we made with the skid steer, it got put away with the idea of, I knew we were going somewhere good with this. The clients were there, the jobs were there. It was something that was needed. So I'd already started planning on buying a brand new one, and with the attachments that I wanted. And we focused only on gravel work. We do dirt work somewhat, but I knew the attachments I wanted. So we ended up finally, we were going to order one, and then the way we ended up with the Platinum was with the stuff that I wanted, the suspension, ride control, all that junk. We were looking about a year out to build one, to get it shipped from Bobcat. And so my dealer told me, he goes, man, you'd be better off if you just get we can find you probably a Platinum that has everything you want. So we ended up finding the Platinum down in Houston, Texas. From the time we found it, it took 3 days from the day I found it to get it to Wichita Falls, and we were up there picking it up. Okay, I put a huge chunk down of cash on that machine. Okay, all the attachments, the roller, nearly 20 grand, we paid cash. The Vernig power rake, it was 20 grand, we paid cash. The bucket, because they don't give you a bucket, we paid cash for the bucket. The tilt attach on it, we paid cash. The trailer that we run, we pay cash. We have 2 trailers we built. We brought them cash. That was all that money is from working the skid steer. The only thing I have that is finance was a partial of the skid steer, because it was a little over 100 and something thousand. But we just did a small little, we got some money out, and that's how we did that. And the rest was paid in cash. And then my truck. The truck is financed. All the equipment's paid cash, and it's paid from the work that we have done with skid steer on. I don't use the lawn care money to subsidize that business. That holds itself. Now, the lawn care does a certain amount, but it doesn't do nowhere near what the skid steer business does. The skid steer business, on a good week, you can bring in $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 if you know how to do it right. I'll say this, there's nothing wrong with charging by the hour. I don't charge by the hour because I can go do a driveway, a residential driveway, let's just say 250 to 300 feet, bring in 30 tons, 40 tons. We'll bring in, we'll grade everything, spread, crown, compact. I could be in and out within 4 hours. So if I charged by the hour, I would have to charge nearly on a driveway like that. If we bring in 4 loads of gravel, 40 tons, and we're grading and spreading 200 to 300, we're going to be in that $5,000 range. So it's impossible for me to try to charge by the hour, or I would be charging like $1,200, $1,300 an hour. So that's why we don't charge by the hour, because most of all these residential driveways I do, we're in and out within 2 to 5 hours in that range. We do a lot of power raking. The power raking service, usually anywhere from, that one starts between $500 to $1,500 to $2,000 to $3,000. I did a power raking job the other day. It was I think it it was 600 feet driveway, something like that. And it was, we charged $2,000. It almost took me longer to drive there than it is to do the job. We power raked it. Took me probably 30 minutes, and that's going over 3 times each direction and crowning as we're going with the power rake, and then we compacted it for them. And so we were only there less than 2 hours, and I made $2,000. So the money's there, but you need to have the right equipment. And when we charge a lot more than anybody around us, but because of the equipment, the knowledge and experience that we're bringing. We're not just coming over here and slapping gravel on someone's driveway and calling it good. We make sure everything's right. We've got a laser grader. We check grade on certain things. We make sure the road is crowned, and then we compact everything. We've got a water tank, so when our gravel is very dry, we water it down so we can compact it really good, and we leave a good, long-lasting, durable driveway that these customers can drive on, but they're paying a premium price for it. And yes, we get a lot of bids that we don't get, because I've had people tell me, well, I'm looking to spend $500-$600 or $1,000, but we're not the company for you. Okay, we're not just going to come in here, put our name on something, and then 3 months later you're hiring someone else to come and regrade it. But when we come in, we're going to do it correctly. And if that, we've had to turn customers down where they wanted us just come in here, slap a coating on it. And I told them, I guess one way you can get away from that, we just don't guarantee it. But I still don't even like sticking my name on it, because it doesn't matter what you tell a customer. You go do a driveway like that, first rain, gravel won't hold up, and then they're on Facebook, bad mouthing you, saying, oh, look, this company did this, and look how my driveway look. People don't understand the conversations that a business owner and a customer have, and what is the deal. And, we were advising customers, hey, you need to have this much gravel, but then the customers tell us, no, we're going to go with this because this is only what the budget was allowing. And we would do it, and I had a house that we did that. We advised them they needed a semi-load, 25 tons, and they said no. And the 2 little trailer loads we brought in, 14 tons, I told them that was nowhere near what they needed, and we hadn't spread it like they requested. And again, we urged them to get, I even cut the price down just to get it so we could get it done right. They said no, everything looked good. They were going to leave it like that. And then the first heavy rain they got, I got a picture of their vehicle buried in the mud on the gravel we put down, just stating, we're not happy with this. Well, we told you that you needed more gravel, that wouldn't hold up. But if that would have got, and I appreciate them, they didn't, after that, I never had any other contact with them, and they didn't go on Facebook and badmouth me, but they could have showed that picture, and they said, hey, this is what Lopez did, blah, blah, blah. They could have badmouthed me. No one would have known the conversation other than the text messages I had, and I kept them. So if that did come up, I was going to post them on that post. But people don't understand those conversations. So one word of advice: if you get out there and get into the gravel business and you start doing driveways, do them correctly. You may not have all the equipment. I didn't. I started out with a tooth bucket and that 753, and I would rip up the road. I didn't have a compactor. I knew I wanted one, but I didn't have one. And I would run it over with the skid steer with the tire. I did the best I could, and I charged accordingly. Until we got to the point we had the money put up and we were able to buy the stuff that we needed to do the driveways properly. But remember that your name's always on it, and so always do the best job. And a lot of it, you can only inform the customer of it's their money at the end of the day, and they're going to spend it how they want. It's just a fine line. If you do have to do something like that, then just tell them. We're not going to guarantee this driveway if due to rain or anything. We just can't guarantee. I guarantee my work. If I come in there and build you a driveway, that driveway's gonna hold up for depending on the type of rain we're getting. But for most washouts, because we crown, we make sure all the water flows good, and it's gonna hold up to everyday use. Heavy or light loads, whatever, depending on the application we're doing. For if it's a residential or if it's a new construction we're doing, we're gonna we build them accordingly. But we do guarantee our work for so long. After that, like I tell everybody else, gravel driveways, there's nothing you can do to them. They will need maintenance. The difference with our company is we prolong that maintenance compared to when someone else just brings a tooth or what do you call those, a land planer or a box blade, and go out there and scratch the dirt, and it looks pretty when you're done, but they didn't do anything as far as taking out the potholes or grading or crowning or any of that stuff. So when the worst thing you can do is have a flat driveway. You do not, on a driveway, you don't want water standing, because that's what creates potholes and washouts and all the stuff you don't want on driveway. That's what it creates. So you want the water to be able to shed. So, moving forward, how do you get into the skid steer business? This is my advice to you. Find a cheap skid steer or rent until you know that the clientele is there. You're going to have some slow times. We've been fortunate. Our slow times might have been a couple of weeks slow, but we've been consistent, and that's because I advertise like crazy on Facebook. I pay for zero advertising. There's no reason for you to be paying for advertising. Everybody and their mama is on Facebook, and use the trading post ads. I have over 180 trading post ads that I post every day on. And yeah, it takes a few minutes to get it done, but it's free. You're not paying thousands. I hear these stories of these guys paying $5,000-$6,000 a month on advertising. I pay zero on advertising. It's all through Facebook for free. I've done that where I paid $5 for my ad. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, but there's too many algorithms, and you got to do this, and you got to make sure this is right, or it's not showing. Or I've had a guy call me from Iowa wanting driveway work, and I'm like, Iowa? I'm in Oklahoma. Or your ad is showing up over here, and because I didn't click on something, it popped it up all over the United States. It's too much to go wrong with that. Get your surrounding area. I have all the surrounding towns within 80 miles of me, every single town, and that's what I post in. Discussions, the rants, the raves, the trading posts, everything. My business. I shoot good quality videos or shoot good quality pictures. Show the work. Show the before. Show the after. A lot of guys just go take a picture of a driveway. I get down low. I show when we compact it, how smooth it is. So just remember that. But that would be my suggestion to anybody. Don't go out and buy new equipment. Like I said, the video I did, this is going on a 4th year into it. Yeah, going close to 4 years. But that didn't come about. That came after I knew that I didn't go out and spend that money, because there's over 300. That truck and trailer, everything on there, it's over $300-something thousand worth of equipment. I'm not in debt. There's one guy in there talking about debt. I'm in no debt on that. Everything's paid for. I like buying cash if I can, when it makes sense. There's sometimes it don't. So I'm going to show some video of my 753. I've got a lot of video of that. Just never posted it on Facebook or on YouTube at the end of this. So you kind of, and then I'll do another video. We'll talk some more. We're already like 20 minutes into this video, and I don't want to get boring. I want you guys to see some of the work we did with the 753, how we started. So check that out. You got any questions, post them on here. I'll do another video tomorrow and go in more depth on, like I said, on how we charge as far as doing driveways, and a lot of it's just location, because we travel a lot. 30-40 miles is usually our really nice radius that we're in, but I've gone 80, 90. If the money's there, I'll go. I try to stay no less than 90 miles. I don't want to go any further than 90 miles, because that's just, you're talking almost 2-hour drive. So, but if the money's there, I'll go. And we try to stick to nothing but driveways. That's why when we run our ads, we specialize in gravel driveway. I see a lot where guys, or just specialize in gravel work, period. We'll do gravel work and dirt work. But I see a lot of guys, we do demos, we do this, we do, if I hire a company, I want to hire a company that specializes in the job that I need them to do, not that they have 50 other million jobs. It's great that you can be versatile like that, and there's nothing wrong with it. We've done cleanups, we've done demos, we've done all that, but when I do my advertising, it's strictly gravel work. That way they know they're going to go get a quality service, and we're not just all over the board. That's what we specialize. That's why we have the equipment that we have. We do dirt work with it, but it's strictly mainly, my bread and butter is gravel work, and that's what we always post on our headlines. Our company specializes in gravel work, driveway construction of driveways, driveway repair, pads. We do all that. RV pads, you name it. If it has to do with gravel, we can do it. So, anyways, I hope you enjoy it. I'm gonna tag on some videos to this with my 753, doing some driveways, different driveways. They're going to kind of be random, not really in no particular order. And like I said, drop me some comments. Let me know what else you want to know, specifics, and then I'll do another video tomorrow, and we'll go through that. Thanks for watching, guys.